that's Seth Ferranti. So I knew of your story, and obviously great to hear from you. Walk us through. You get out. Like, what's the first thing you do, and how did you get to this point?
Yeah, so I'd already started the journalism in the books inside. I formed a publishing house 2005. I did a ton of books on like African American gangsters. All kind of like the ones that got blown up in his gangster rap. Like I was with Supreme from the Supreme team. I was with a bunch of other dudes, and I wrote a bunch of those stories and interviewed them. Right?
Did you see the thing on Netflix about them?
Oh, the Showtime. I haven't seen it yet. I want to watch it though. Yeah. The one that Nas did it. Yeah.
Yeah, Nas did it.
Yeah. I want to see that. I haven't had time, but that's on my list to see. So I wrote all these gangster books. I was doing all this journalism. So when I first got out, I was still doing journalism as soon as I got to the Halfway House. I had to work some bullshit jobs with the Halfway House. Then I was doing all stuff for Vice and all these other publications, all crime, prison reform, criminal justice reform, stuff like that. And but I always had in the back of my mind, I wanted to do films. That was my goal. So I started doing like some little local stuff, just some little local narrative, stuff like little shorts and stuff. And then I hooked up with the director of White Boy. His name's Sean Reck, Transition Studios out of Cleveland. He had a film called A Murder in the Park, and I actually interviewed him for Vice, to promote his film. And we started talking, and he found out, I'd wrote a stuff about like White Boy Rick, and that was at the same time when the White Boy Rick movie with Matthew McConaughey was starting. So he was like, "Let's do a doc."
The Murder in the Park, is that the one in New York with the?
No, it's in Chicago. It's a guy named Al Story Simon that they like a wrongful conviction.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was on Showtime.
Yeah, there was another one where a girl was killed in the park. So I thought that was either way. So okay, yeah, keep going, Seth.
Yeah, so I hooked up with Sean, and he wanted to do a doc like based off my articles that I did for like Vice News and some other stuff. Yeah. So we got together, and I wanted to learn how to make a film. I knew how to tell a story. I was a writer, but I was learning a film. So we kind of made a deal. I said, look, man, I want you to fly me in for all the shoots. I want you to basically mentor me. I want you to train me, to make these documentary films. And this guy Sean Reck, I mean, he cut his teeth. He did like 200 Crime Stopper shows for all the networks before he started doing the feature docs, and he won nine regional Emmys in Ohio. And so like once I went to his office and I saw those Emmys, I was like, man, this dude knows what he's doing. So he mentored me through that whole White Boy thing, and it took about 18 months, man, and I learned a lot, and he kind of kept me like right by his side, and he taught me a lot, and we made that movie, and that movie came out. It actually came out. We went on Stars in 2018, and I thought that movie was the White Boy doc. I was like, man, this is like the best documentary ever. But it didn't really cause waves. Like it was on Stars, but it really didn't blow up. It didn't go viral. Didn't bring me any type of acclaim or anybody wanted to invest in my other projects. And then so we were 18 months on Stars. Then during the pandemic, we signed a 12-month deal with Netflix. It went on Netflix right at the end of the pandemic, and it was like top 10 on Netflix for like 2 weeks. Like not top 10 for documentaries, like top 10 for shows, movies, everything. Like everybody was hitting me up. Everybody was like, "Oh, your fucking film's on fucking Netflix, dude," because it's showing up on all the algorithms, and it was just popping. And I don't know how many views it has, but I don't think Netflix released that information. But I had people say it had 20 million views in like April and May, right? It kind of it was like the Tiger King effect.
Yeah.
So that really kind of put me on the map. I was already on the map as like a true crime, gangster writer, but that kind of put me on the map as a filmmaker. And it just brought a lot of interest to like a lot of other projects that I've been working on since then. I got emotional.
We like to cover the business end too. Did you have a variable deal? So obviously you don't know because you didn't get paid per stream. You get a flat rate. Did you get a success? Like how did you?
You get when you do those deals. It's like a flat rate deal. They don't pay you per streams. I think at one time Amazon used to pay per views, but they stopped that because they were probably losing a lot of money. So so it's actually, but it's weird though because for my books, because I got like 25 books out too. For my books, I'm in the KDP program, like the Kindle, like the ebook program, and I get paid per pages.
Download,
yeah, but they don't do that. Amazon used to do that for video, but they stopped because a lot of dudes were, probably like 3 or 4 years ago, they stopped. So now those licensing deals are just straight fees.
Got it.
But
And
you
they lowball you. They lowball you too, man. They
Well,
like you think you got a Netflix streaming deal. You think it's worth a lot of money. It's not really a lot of money.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. What happens one or two things, like kind of like a rookie contract, where you might not do great on that one, or the next one you do.
But you already had that with Stars. So
Yeah,
did
they
you
don't-
have to sell your rights or to Stars and then
No.